Welcome back to Cheddar at Home, brought to you by Resideo. Smart Home Simplified.
The gift-giving season has arrived, and with it comes the wrapping paper, the ribbons, the tape. If you're getting stressed just thinking about it, don't worry. I'm going to let you in on some of my favorite wrapping hacks so you can up your wrap game and maybe even enjoy it this year. First, let's ditch the myth that you have to wrap with wrapping paper. I'm here to tell you that if you want to get rid of it and it's big enough to cover your present, the chances are you can wrap with it. So let's take my dad's old blueprints for example. I'm going to wrap with them without even using tape. How's that for eco-friendly? This is my kind of wrapping kit. I have a great pair of scissors, a pen, all the tape, lots of ribbons, glue stick, tons of little goodies to have fun wrapping. Now let's get started. To wrap without tape, first you want to measure your paper out using the gift. So here we go. I'm gonna measure all 4 sides, rough measurement, and give myself about 2 inches right there. It doesn't have to be perfect. That is what I love about wrapping. Bye. Fold it on the diagonal so you can give yourself a square. Don't sweat if these lines aren't perfectly straight. So I'm pulling this edge over. You see I've left a little overhang on the corners of the gift. A little overhang there. Now, we're taking the opposite edge and coming back over this way. So this is the first side that you will wrap. I'm flipping it around so you can see. We're gonna score these edges here. If you can see that line there, and I'm gonna do the same on the other side, scoring that edge. Just with my nail. If you do not have nails, you could use something like a pen or like a ruler, something with a straight edge. Now, what we want to do is bring these corners up. That scored edge becomes the corner of your box, which is why you want it to be a nice crease. So I'm just folding that over. So that's one corner. Coming to the next side. You just want to bring it up to the top. See, okay, it's making sense. Now we're moving on to this side. You want to do the same thing. You want to score that line, and you'll feel it. Like once you apply some pressure with your finger, you'll see the paper will guide your finger to scoring it. So you want to score both sides. And now those edges will become the front side of your gift. So I'm just pushing the paper in there so I can get these edges up to the corners, you see? Same as the back side. I'm gonna bring it down, fold it on the top half. Give these edges all a nice crease. Now, you've got this one little lip and this crease, this little flap. You're gonna take your last edge, your last little corner, and feed it in to the little slit that was left. You feed it in there. It should be the snuggest fit because you kept all your edges really tight and reinforced your edges, kind of give it all a good little crease, and like, there you have it. That was wrapping with recycled paper using no tape. Just throw a little ribbon on it. There you go. Totally eco-friendly. All right, on to the next. So what if you have something odd-shaped, like a candle? I'm gonna show you how to wrap something cylindrical, but this is a technique you can use for pretty much any shape. Start with a manageable size. So I'm just eyeballing kind of how much I will need to close the loop on that one. What I'm gonna measure for this time is to see that this paper can kind of touch near the center of the circle. I'm gonna eyeball it. So I'm gonna secure that edge, wrap it around, nice and tight. There we go. So now we're coming to these tricky circle top and bottom. This is always a problem area when it's kind of an odd shape. I'm just gonna trim a little bit here so that it's looking a little bit cleaner. And now we're just gonna start with the inner flap. I wanna push it right down into the center here. I'm just kind of measuring that first. Press it right down there. Now I'm gonna secure that, because what you're gonna do next, you're basically creasing the paper, little pieces at a time, into a little kind of pinwheel shape. You'll see as I get closer. And if you need to nudge your gift kind of up against the paper's edge, it'll help to kind of force the crease. So little by little, you can see it's becoming a pinwheel. And you just try to keep those folds kind of evenly spaced. So there you have one side. Now I'm gonna leave it like that. Force it down just to kind of force those creases a little bit more and work on this other side. So you see I have too much room here inside. So I'm gonna trim some of this excess paper. So what I have now, you'll see, is almost a center. Again, we're gonna start with this inner edge, folding it down towards the center. Let's tape it down as well. Now I'm going the opposite direction, but same idea, just kind of guiding it to the center, folding it down as you go. So then we get to the last one. You're there on both sides. Now you have nice pinwheels. I'm gonna secure it with a little tape. There we go. Little bow. There you have it. That's a round gift. Say you don't have any ribbon at all. I'm gonna show you how to make a bow out of the paper scraps that you have in your home. So let me grab some of these scraps off the floor. What you want are some of these thin scraps and glue stick, and you start by just looping them over, kind of bending them over on one side. You have that there, and you're gonna do the same on the other side. It's just a simple loop. So it creates this figure-8 pattern. You see that there. Now, put a little piece of glue there, attach that first one, a little more glue on top, attach the second one. The goal is to kind of have them even on both sides. Set that to the side. That is the beginning of your bow. And if it's easier to glue the pieces together first before you glue them down in the center, you can also do that. And now, before I move on, I'm just gonna glue these down together. Moving on to the next level. Same idea, looping it around. But the goal with this is you want these bows to get a little bit smaller. All right, so we have 3 here. Gonna do the same exact technique of gluing them all together so that it will sit right inside there. We're just building layers of the same type of bow. So if you wanted to even just use something as simple as this, go for it. You could also create a little button out of this one. Tie the gold back in. Just sticking that little guy in there. So now I will take my little flower bow, set it into the big one. I put some glue in there, press it down gently, and then we've done it. So if all of this seems like a little bit too much, I'm going to strip it down to the basics. This is all you need. I've got tape, some nice twine, string, great pair of scissors, a pen, glue stick, and some neutral wrapping paper that can be good for everything from birthdays to Christmas and beyond. Finally, a box to put it all in, and you're good to go. There you have it. It's just about thinking outside of the gift box. See what I did there? There are so many ways to wrap a gift, so don't stress out about it. Have fun, get weird, be creative. Remember, it's not the gift, it's not the wrapping, it's the thought that counts. Thanks so much for tuning in.